is only one perfect solution, but there are clues that will try to trick our team.
Hello there, everyone. My name is Crazy Caleb, and today we're going to be taking a look at hexOrbits. So this is the way the module looks, and we're going to press the screen to get activated into the module. Note that we're going to be pressing the buttons for our submission phase, which we'll get into in just a moment. And what our goal is, our goal is to figure out a pattern in this little table here, based off of these 4 different indexes that we have, and we need to figure out what we're going to submit for the 5th one. So, how exactly do we read this? So taking a look here, obviously you can see 2 different symbols, 2 different shapes between a square, pentagon, hexagon, and heptagon that will be circling around in a clockwise fashion. It should be always clockwise, yes. So what our goal is to figure out which one is the fast-moving shape and which one is the slow-moving shape. And that can be seen here. So taking a look, I believe this looks like a heptagon. It's going to be fast. That's going to be a heptagon fast. And a pentagon that's slow. Hence fast, and hence slow. So what we're going to do is we're going to be using this shape to hexadecimal chart right here, and we're going to use the fast shape as the column, in this case heptagon, and the slow shape as the row, being pentagon, and that's going to give us a 7. So what our goal is we're going to figure out where we are on this actual grid here. So what we're going to do is we're going to essentially highlight all of the 7s in the actual table here, like so. And now what we're going to do is we're going to move to the next image. So we have actually 2 pentagons here. Pentagon, pentagon is going to be the pattern that we see here. We have 5 different shapes, and we have 5 sides, excuse me, 5 different sides, and 5 sides. So pentagon, pentagon is going to give us a 5. Now, let's highlight all of the 5s present in the actual display. So we've got right here. Looks like that's it. Okay, then we'll head to the next display. And it appears to be the same as the first one, which was a heptagon and a pentagon, which is a 7. So 5, 7, 5 is what we've had. And then finally, a square and a hexagon moving fast. So hexagon is your fast shape, so X. And note that it's the fast shapes, or the shapes, are marked with the letters that they have in here, the abbreviations. So S is square, P is pentagon, hex with the X-ray is hexagon, heptagon is going to be the hotel, so keep that in mind. So we have a hexagon and a square, hexagon being the fast shape, the square being the slow shape, and which will give us a 2. Now, it is our goal to find the specific pattern that is in the display here. So we had 7, 5, 7, 7, 5, 7, 2, and now what our goal is to find this display, this pattern in the actual chart here. So there is one thing that we need to make sure though. Every time an interaction is made within the module after the first, the pointer moves forward by an unchanging distance between 1 to 4 steps forward throughout the array, displaying any value. All of this stuff is it's in an array, so picture this as a straight line. So essentially what happens is we have this echo, for example. When we go right, we simply go down to the next row, and vice versa, and then looping back around to the top. I don't think it actually it does wrap around to the top, so it says right here. It's a one-dimensional array. So now what we're going to do is we're going to figure out, we need to find a pattern that follows a consistent pattern, a distance of 1 to 4 steps. That's what it changes to. So we need to find a 7, 5, 7, 2 that follows a consistent 1 to 4 steps. Let's take a look at the 7s. So, do we have any 5s? That'll be our next number that we got. Do we have any 5s that are in 1 to 4 steps from any of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, nope. Same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, nope. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, nope. And now, 1 right there. So that 7 takes us to a 5, which was our second number that we got. Now, since the distance of it was 1, the next number we should get was a 7, which it is. And the next number that we should get is a 2, which it is. So now we have found the pattern of which we're in this actual display. So now what we're going to do is, instead of submitting the last display, we're going to submit the pattern that is in the next position from that current step. So after the 7, 5, 7, 2, we would get Bravo, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this back into the table, and we're going to submit this part and submit these 2 shapes into the module. Now, it is important that you submit this in a specific order. 5th iteration is what I'm going to say. we're going to submit them by pressing the slow representative button first and the fast representative button second. So we're going to do row, then column. So we're going to do hexagon and then heptagon, and that's what we're going to submit to the module. So we're going to do hexagon down here, heptagon, and just like that is a solved module. And that's what you're going to do. Let's take a look at another example here. So we have, and in most cases you actually can find it within 2 movements. It's very easy to do this. So what we can do is we can actually simplify this work. We don't even need all 4 patterns in many cases. So let's take a look. So this is a heptagon moving fast and a hexagon moving fast. Sometimes the shapes can actually be very tricky to tell. But in this case, heptagon and hexagon, we actually have both the big sides here, and you can tell that there's different sides. It definitely does require a little bit of practice getting the actual read, but most of these cases are easy. So we have heptagon, hexagon, so that's going to give us a bravo, which we happen to have last stage. So we're going to highlight all of the bravos, and now what our next movement is going to be is, what is our next movement? We need, so we have pentagon is going to be the fast one, and square is going to be the slow one. So we have a 1 as our next one. Now let's see. We do have a couple options here. So we have bravo moves 2 spaces to the 1 right here. Now, and then this is out of the question. There's no spaces in between that go forward. Now, it has to move forward specifically. So keep that in mind. It has to move forward. It cannot move backwards. Always will move forward spaces. So keep it in mind. Or we have the other option of this bravo down here, moving 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to this one. So we actually do need the third to determine where we're currently at. So this is going to take us to, I believe that's hexagon. Hexagon, that's fast slow. So hexagon is going to take us to an alpha. Alpha is where? That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 to a 9. Or that might be a pentagon. Did I perhaps miss a bravo somewhere along the lines? So we have bravo, then 1. Or perhaps it actually could just be this other 1 right here, and we can move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to the alpha, which we need to get to. So yes, this is the pattern that we're currently looking at right here. We actually did have 2 1s that could have been a possibility, 2 or 4 spaces. So we had, we moved 4 spaces, then we moved 4 spaces to the alpha. So then, if my theory is correct, the display should be the exact same thing as the one it is now, because it would take us to an alpha, which it is. It does not change. So now what we're going to do, since we're in the 4th iteration, we're going to submit the 5th iteration. So from this alpha here, we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to this 7, and we're going to submit 7 into the actual display, which represents pentagon and heptagon. We're going to submit pentagon and heptagon. And just like that, it is a solved module. Let's take a look at one final example. This module is a very fun module in my opinion, and it's really well made. So let's get into it. Alright, taking a look at our final example here. Let's put it up. Alright, so our fast symbol is going to be a pentagon right here, and the slow symbol is going to be square, so we have 1s. Quite a few 1s in this little grid here. Right here. Alright, next up, then we have that is a heptagon for the fast one and a pentagon for the slow one. So we have a 7. Let's see if any possibilities of these 1s could go to 7. Let's cross off the 7 that we can do. So we can't go to 7. Nope. No 7. No 7. No 7. Nope. Oh, we do have a couple possibilities here. So this one could be moving 1 space to this 7. That's the only possibility. And this one could be moving to the 7 or this 7. We have a couple of possibilities here we need to pay attention to. Now we have pentagon, pentagon. Pentagon, pentagon will take us to the 5. 5 is available right here. And then if my theory is correct, we should be moving to this 7 right here as our 4th space whenever the lights come back on. Whenever we go to there, it should be fast heptagon, slow pentagon. We've had this one before, so it should be the exact same shape. It is indeed. So that is what we're going to be, that's our 4th iteration right there. So our 5th iteration is going to be this 2 here. So we're going to be submitting the 2 into the module, which represents the slow shape of square and the fast shape of hexagon. So we'll do slow square, fast hexagon, that into the module. And just like that is a solved module. As always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to stay crazy, stay cool, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.